Is this the best Boeing 767 business class cabin in the world? Come along and join me on an international travel day from the United States down to Santiago, Chile with United Airlines Polaris Business Class. We're Rani and Jeremy, and we're digital nomads traveling to every country in the world. We've been on the rails and in the air for the past 3 years, bringing you our unbiased reviews on travel destinations across the globe. After spending most of 2023 in South America, we're always looking forward to more adventures on every continent. And as always, we hope you'll come along with us for the ride, because you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us, you just gotta have fun. Our travel day begins here at Kentucky's Bluegrass Regional Airport in the early hours before sunrise in Lexington, Kentucky. Good morning, YouTube fam, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky, and we are going to be flying with United Airlines Business Class. First, we're going to try out United Airlines Regional Jet Business Class from Lexington, Kentucky up north to Chicago, Illinois, and then we're going to try out United Airlines Domestic First Class from Chicago down to Houston, Texas, before we finish the night flying with United Airlines Polaris Business Class from Houston down to Santiago, Chile to meet Rani, who's waiting for me there. And as always, I hope you'll come along with me for the ride. Let's go. After a 1-hour mechanical delay, we were finally permitted to board our ERJ 175 with a 0830 departure from Lexington. Once on board our regional jet for our first flight of the day, I was pleased to have the more comfortable single seat at 3 Alpha. However, I was not pleased to see that our ERJ 175 had likely not been cleaned in 2023.
In the unlikely event oxygen is needed on today's flight, remove face masks before putting on your oxygen mask. Welcome on board.
After a short taxi to the runway, we were finally ready to take off from Bluegrass Regional Airport on our way north to Chicago, Illinois, America's third largest metropolitan city. And as an added bonus, I hope you enjoy this beautiful sunrise over the Kentucky horse farms as much as I did. Once we had reached cruising altitude, the business class flight attendant was quick to provide me with cran apple juice and some light snacks to help pass the time on our short flight to Chicago. Meanwhile, back in Santiago, Chile, Rani was starting her morning routine a bit later than me, and as always, the first cup of morning coffee is the breakfast of champions. And back on our United Airlines regional jet, we began making our final approach into Chicago after only 1 hour above the clouds. And check out this gorgeous view of the Chicago skyline as our United Airlines ERJ-175 makes its way across Lake Michigan. And after a lovely morning approach across Chicago, it was finally time for us to sit our bird on the ground at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport.
Arrive at the gate, we'll hand you off to our airport team. They'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. All of us at United Express and our Star Alliance partners, we thank you for flying with us this morning.
Once we had finally parked our ERJ jet at the B concourse gates, I had to make my way over to the C concourse to find the United Airlines Polaris Business Class lounge. United Airlines Polaris lounges are much different and more exclusive than the regular United clubs in the United States. To gain access to United Polaris lounges, travelers must be flying with United Airlines Polaris Business Class on a same-day ticket. And additionally, you cannot gain access to United Airlines Polaris Business Class lounges if you have purchased United Club memberships or a one-time pass. And as you can see, because of the exclusivity of United Polaris lounges, this United Polaris lounge in Chicago's O'Hare International Airport was not overcrowded and had plenty of seat options at this time in the morning. Besides the numerous seating style options, Chicago's Polaris Lounge also has fabulous views of the apron and a full-service bar and buffet. But if the full-service buffet does not suit your needs, then treat yourself to a complimentary visit to the Polaris Lounge dining room, where you can choose freshly made entrees from an a la carte menu. Alright, I just got here to the United Airlines Polaris Lounge at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. I had a look around the lounge here. It looks very nice. They have private bathrooms and shower rooms. They also have plenty of different kinds of seating. They have a bar area, they have a buffet area, and they have a private dining room area that you can come and actually order food off the menu. So I'm here for breakfast time in Chicago, and so I have already ordered my omelet and juice off of the a la carte menu in the dining room of the Polaris Lounge. Now I'm just waiting on the service. So far everything's been fabulous, and I'll show you the food as soon as it comes to my table. After my delicious omelet with roasted potatoes and my mixed juice of apple, ginger, and beetroot, it was finally time for me to check out the Polaris Lounge shower suites. The lovely Starry Night hallway leads you directly to the private shower suites, where you will be provided with all the amenities that you need to freshen up during your short or long layover in Chicago. Meanwhile, back in Santiago, Rani was also freshening up as I was finally leaving the United Polaris Lounge in Chicago to find my gate for my onward flight down to Houston. And a shout out thanks to Chicago's O'Hare International Airport for the mood lighting and the art installations for that long walk between concourses. Once I had made it over to my departure gate, it was time to board our Boeing 737 MAX 8 with domestic first class service down to Houston, Texas. As you can see, our United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 was equipped with touchscreen in-flight entertainment, international charging ports, and individual air vents in the business class cabin. Even though I had a seatmate, my window seat at 4 Foxtrot was comfortable enough, and big shout out thanks here to all the airport ground crew for all the service that you do for all the travelers around the world. And I was especially impressed with the ability to connect wireless Bluetooth earphones to the entertainment system on our United Boeing 737 MAX 8. However, my Apple AirPods did not seem to connect well with the United in-flight entertainment system. Our taxi to the runway seemed especially long, but absolutely normal considering waiting times at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. And after almost 1 hour on the tarmac, it was finally time for our Boeing 737 MAX 8 to ramp up her engines. Once we had finished our quick ascent above the clouds and had reached cruising altitude, I made a quick visit to the Boeing 737 MAX 8 lavatory. And as always, this is a tight space on this aircraft, but much thanks to the United flight crew for keeping it a clean space. Once I was back at my window seat, it was time to fold out my tray table in preparation for the afternoon meal service. And soon after that, the United flight crew began distributing hot towels for all the passengers in the business class cabin. Immediately following the hot towel service, I received another cran apple juice and warm mixed nuts as an appetizer for my afternoon lunch. I had pre-ordered my meal for this flight on the United Airlines mobile app, which is a great way to ensure that you get your main entree preference. For this lunch meal service, I chose the boneless barbecue chicken with quinoa risotto. It was also accompanied by a side garden salad and a lemon crumble cake for dessert. Now, I'm not a revered food critic, so I'll let the video evidence speak to my satisfaction of the meal. And if you're still with us at this point in the video, go ahead and smash that thumbs up like button and subscribe to our channel. That is one of the best ways that you can support our work and keep us on the rails and in the air. And we thank you in advance for subscribing to our channel. And if you would like even more travel content, please consider becoming a channel member for even more exclusive travel content in the future. Not long after the meal service had concluded, our Boeing 737 MAX 8 began making its descending approach into George Bush International Airport in Houston, Texas. Once on the ground at George Bush International Airport in Houston, I found myself fading. So it was time to get on the airport transit train and make our way over to Terminal E to check into the United Polaris Lounge in Houston. But the United Polaris Lounge in the International Terminal at George Bush International Airport did not feel as exclusive, as there were many flights departing later in the day. But that did not affect my stay, as I had plans to check into the United Polaris Lounge Quiet Room Suites for a much needed afternoon nap. After a few hours had passed, it was once again time for me to check into the Polaris private shower suite to freshen up before my overnight international flight to Chile. And after freshening up in the Polaris shower suite, I had to try the Polaris dining room in Houston. But honestly, the Polaris dining room in Houston was overcrowded and certainly lacked the attentive service that I had experienced in Chicago. However, the food was absolutely delicious. I first sampled a fresh crab cake as the appetizer for my meal, which was followed by grilled salmon, accompanied by green beans on a bed of garlic mashed potatoes, and the meal was superbly finished by a warm banana cake topped with fresh sliced bananas and covered with a sweet caramel sauce. While back in Santiago, Rani was having her own fine dining experience before finishing her nightly chores before bedtime. And after a stunning sunset in Santiago and in Houston, it was finally time for me to board my Boeing 767-300 bird with Polaris Business Class service down to Santiago, Chile. And welcome on board the United Airlines Boeing 767-300 Polaris Business Class, with 30 lie-flat seats in a staggered 1-1-1 configuration. As you can see, our window seat at 9 Alpha was already prepared and waiting for our arrival. Among the several amenities at my seat, I was also provided Saks Fifth Avenue branded bedding, a Thorough Body branded amenity kit, a United branded blanket, and a fabulous United branded memory foam pillow for my overnight flight to Santiago. Although the legroom space in the Polaris Business Class seats on the Boeing 767 is a bit narrow, it also has a cozy feeling, The true window seats have private in-flight entertainment, more privacy and space from the aisle, and additional storage above the side table beside the seat. You can also find the IFE remote control and the universal power supply conveniently located at this table. This well-placed storage cabinet is also home to your over-the-ear noise-canceling headphones, which are not noise-canceling. It's also where your headphone jack is located and your adjustable reading light. The footwell below the IFE screen is big enough for only your feet, as not many other bags will fit in this space. As you can see, my backpack would not fit in this space at any time during the flight. The folding tray table was certainly large enough and conveniently adjustable. United's Boeing 767 is equipped with the retro individual air vents, 2 windows at the seat, and digital controls for the reclining functions of the seat, the Do Not Disturb sign, and the accent lamp. Here's a look at the dinner menu in the United Polaris cabin for our flight down to Santiago. Once again, I chose to pre-order my dinner meal for this flight on the United mobile app. After the flight crew finished taking the meal service orders, sparkling wine and water was provided to the business class cabin as the safety videos began playing on the IFE screens.
Welcome. We're excited to have you aboard, and we appreciate your attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
This Boeing 767 is equipped with 4 exit doors, 2 on each side. From all of us, thank you. Enjoy your flight.
After a lengthy boarding process for our completely full flight down to Santiago, we were finally permitted to taxi to the runway. Not long after leaving Houston behind, we were already cruising above the clouds and hot towels were served to the business class cabin. And here are those flimsy over-the-ear noise-canceling headphones that do not meet noise-canceling standards. But the Saks Fifth Avenue branded bedding and pillow absolutely meet my bedtime standards. After getting cozy, it was time for yet another cran apple juice and warm mixed nuts before welcoming the seared beef short rib feast that was soon delivered to my seat. I selected the seared beef short rib with garlic polenta cake, charred cauliflower, and cherry tomatoes. The meal was also accompanied by more sliced beef in a sesame sauce, a kale salad, and an outstanding pretzel roll and garlic bread. Soon after dinner, I found myself in the Boeing 767 lavatory, and the United flight crew kept these business class lavatories clean for the entire flight. After returning to my seat, I reclined to a fully lie-flat position to attempt to get some much needed sleep as we flew over the Pacific Ocean down to Chile. But soon, before I even expected it, the sun was rising over the clouds on the horizon, and the Andes mountain range came into view. And if you're still with me at this point in the video, be sure to check out the referral links in the description of our video. We keep those referral links in the description of all our videos, and they're guaranteed to help you travel better in the future. And if you got value from this travel adventure day from the United States down to Santiago, Chile, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and share it with all your friends on all those social media channels. And if you enjoy world travel content and jetting around the globe wherever we go, please subscribe to our channel and check that notification bell so you know when our new videos are uploaded every week. But remember, you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us. You just gotta have fun. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on keeping on. Cheers.